last week we were following old yeah, and I say this, I don't even remember his name. What's the old guy's name? Here, Herschel. No,
Henry.
Henry. Last
Herschel
week
was
we
walking
were
back.
we were in Henry's house. We had almost passed the night when we were awoken by motorcycle rumbling. And Henry was very excited and agitated as he saw the motorcycles head to his old place of business. So he immediately rushed out the door, and we all followed him. And once we got to the location, we saw about 36 people, some sort of motorcycle gang, 24 motorcycles, 36 men and women, all following some cigar-smoking leader who we came to know by the name of Hell. That's his birth name, by the way, just so you know. And as we saw the motorcycles scrounge about the old fishing warehouse type place, marina, they were getting ready to leave after not finding much. So we all headed back to Henry's house and got prepared for whatever was going to happen next. And the motorcycles, let's see, me and Henry and Betty approached the house while
No, I was in the house the whole time.
yeah, Betty stayed behind. Yes, with the old lady. Okay, I'm trying to
Eleanor.
remember.
Eleanor.
Eleanor. I'm trying to remember the order of how things went. Yes, me and Henry and it's just me and Henry, I believe, approached the house.
Pathfinder.
Yeah, did Cletus come? I
Yeah,
thought
he was
Cletus
out there
No, I
with
think
it.
he
Sam was out
behind
there.
Sam.
Yeah.
Cletus and Sam stayed in the woods, I think.
It was Sam and Cletus and but then you got into the fight. Yeah, I guess go ahead. I thought you were kind of going.
Yeah. Henry managed to get into the house, and I was spotted and tried to flee to the woods, but was captured by four of these biker thugs, and I kind of parlayed with them and got them to lead me into the woods where I said my girlfriend was hiding. So, and we got there, and I dispatched them handily, while the other bikers kind of raided the house, and a lot of stuff went down. Grenades were exploded. People's legs were shot off by Henry, and all things ended up with the bikers kind of holding Betty and Eleanor hostage, drawing me and Cletus and Sam out of the woods to confront them. And we were given a mission, I say that loosely, by the bikers to be the bait so they can raid another town. We are meant to draw out all the zombies while they loot some small town nearby. And that's where you find us now.
Yep. No, very nice. Yeah, very nice. Very nice recap there. Appreciate it.
I slid into Vance voice on that one. All right.
No.
Yeah, that's where we at now.
I don't know whether to cry or to laugh. So yeah, Henry and Eleanor, they showed you some pretty nice Southern hospitality in South Carolina, and you guys were basically apprehended by the gang. Hell, his name is Hell. He basically told you that you're going to be the bait for him and his Ghost Riders. In the small town of Fairport, which is about 15 miles to the west. Everything else has been, basically ransacked and pretty looted beyond all, there's nothing left. So, that's why you guys are being taken into Fairport, because, frankly, it's like Hell said, there's a lot of stuff still in there, and we're not going in there. We're not going to waste the ammo. So we're going to have you guys go in there and run through the town for us. Obviously, everything's going to follow you. And then once you get to, the middle of the town, then once you go to the other side of town, because you're not going to come back this way because all the zombies are going to be following you, then you're free to go. And if you make it, you make it. If you die, you die. That's just the way it is.
You leave us little choice there, Mr. Hale.
No, that's I
guess that's what we got to do. What about our hands? We're going to at least get our hands cut free? Have I got to gnaw through this?
No, absolutely. No, you guys will definitely. You guys are definitely going to be allowed to have your hands untied and feet unshackled. Of course, hell wouldn't be that stupid. He wants to get these supplies, so he's gonna let you guys run in there. So you guys are sleeping. You know, as you can see on Fantasy Grounds, it's nighttime, and as you guys are,
okay.
Yeah, mine's not blue.
no, it's not blue.
Nope.
What the hell? Huh? Are you sure it wasn't blue? Is it going blue now?
Yeah, mine's going
Now it
blue
is. Yeah.
Ah, okay. So I guess if it is already blue, I guess as you enter, it won't be
Okay.
blue. So, wow, that's weird. Really? Oh.
Now it's like green. Oh, there we go. Mine's blue now.
All right. So you guys are just waiting for daybreak. I mean, you guys really aren't able. I mean, everybody is pretty much scared shitless. They've pretty much separated you guys, and then all of a sudden, about halfway through the night, lo and behold, they drag Henry in there. Because remember last week, it looked like they had blown the heads off of those two, but they didn't. I guess they were just using those as chess pieces to get you guys out of the, get you out of the woods and whatnot. So Henry's thrown in there with you. He's definitely alive. He's still got that gun wound on him. Well, not the gun wound, but from the grenade being thrown down into the to the basement. So, Eleanor, he tells you that he wakes up. He goes on to telling you that he saw Eleanor. He says, "I thought they killed Eleanor, and I thought I was dead, and I blacked out, and now here you guys are here." And he's like kind of like touching you guys to make sure that this is actually real. And he goes on to tell you that he grabs Betty's boobs and says, "Yeah, this is real," and.
Calm down, Mr. Henry. We's alive.
He pretty much goes on telling you that he's worried about Eleanor, and he says if they hurt her, I swear, I'll kill every last one of them, or I'll take a munch out before I go down. And you can tell he's pissed, but you can also tell he's scared. I mean, he's shaking a little bit, and you guys can go ahead and RP this out for a little bit.
So where is Eleanor, though?
Eleanor's in the other room. No.
Okay.
Eleanor's in the other room. Eleanor's in the other room with Puck and also Cletus.
All right, Mr. Henry. I don't know if you heard, but these guys have some nasty bit of business in store for us, and they want us to be bait to. They're going to the town of Freeport. It's nearby. I'm sure you're familiar with it.
Freeport. I don't know of a Freeport. I know of a Fairport, North Carolina.
That's what I said, Mr. Henry. Didn't you hear me right? Wake up. I think you're still out a little bit.
I think I might have some wax in my ears. I apologize about that there, Dee Dee.
Yeah, they said it's overrun with the undead or the walkers or the whatever you guys call them. The shamblers, and we supposed to go run through the town hollering and hooping, and the plan is they all gonna follow us, and they gonna raid what's left in Fairport or Fairview or whichever you say.
It's Fairport there, Dee Dee, and I know that Fairport had probably about 1,000 people living there. I mean, it wasn't a large town, but I know that they had a fire department, the regular necessities of a town, and usually if there was anything wrong, they would come over here, because they were basically the closest thing to us here at the marina.
Right.
I know they had a small police department. There was a Winn-Dixie grocery store. So I know that they had the necessities of life, and there's some really nice houses out there too. Golf course, all kinds of good stuff.
Yeah, but I don't know. The most we supposed to see of it is enough to draw the horde after us, Mr. Henry. I don't know if they mean you to come with us or what. You don't look like you're quite up to it.
Well, as long as they leave Eleanor alone, I'll go with you.
I don't think they mean to harm her. One more body to help draw away the corpses would probably be welcome to them. But
I'll tell you what. I really think if they would have wanted us dead, they would have already killed us already. There's no doubt about it. They probably would have killed us already.
Right. I heard one of them say that you shot a couple of their boys. Did I hear that right, Henry?
I blew their fucking knees off from the knee down. You're fucking right, I did.
Knees off.
Damn right. All that sniper training from the Vietnam War got them as they came
what do you think
down.
about this little plan? Are you down with running through the town? I hate to have you come along with this one so young, Henry. This is terrible.
The goddamn boy can come. He looks to be about a teenager. How old are you, little Sam?
I'm 13, sir.
He's a teenager. He's fine.
Right. Some of the shit I got when I was that age. Yeah, he's fine. He can handle it.
Are they going to let all of us go?
Yeah.
I suppose so. Sam.
As far as I know, I don't know what's going to happen with who's your big country friend over there?
You mean Cletus?
Yeah, Cletus. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to have in store with him or the big foreigner. That guy he's a little weird, but the one-armed guy. And then I don't know what they're going to do.
Leave them behind. It's just us.
We'll have to see. I don't have my rifles gone. Looks like everybody's supplies are gone.
You said they did have a police station in this town. Are you familiar with the layout of this town?
Absolutely. I've been to Fairport, Dee. It's called Fairport. I've been there several times in my life, quite a few times.
I kind of look about to see if these guys are like closely guarding us. Can we speak freely? I just want to know. Can we like formulate plans and stuff here? I'm gonna just take a look about.
You know that there two guys with M16s drug Henry in and threw him in the room, and they're outside the door because you can hear them conversing with one another.
Yeah, I kind of get it too. I get it to like a Soto voice, that's kind of a silent speak. Well, Mr. Henry, when we get into this town, maybe depending on circumstances, we can make a beeline for this sheriff's office or whatever you said it was. And maybe get us a hold of some kind of arms. I think they just intend to throw us loose as we are, with nothing to defend us.
Well, that's exactly what they plan on doing.
People are automatically going to go to the police station to raid for guns and whatnot.
That's true.
Maybe the fire station would actually be better to get like the hatchets and then make our way there.
Okay, well,
depending
like
on
I
the
say,
layout.
Yeah, depending on the layout of and the circumstances of how everything is laid out. But yeah, we need to be thinking along those lines, though.
Of course, these guys also took our things, to which I had flares, which, maybe Sam, being a child, could ask for them to make the distraction.
Yeah, I could do that. Dave, if I'm very sure that no one else is listening or hearing our conversation, I'll let them know that I did stash my gear before returning back to the house.
All right. No, very good. Do you guys remember anything else? Do you guys remember anything else too?
I remember a lot of things, Dave.
Well, I mean, this is the time for RP. I mean, do you guys remember anything else?
I mean, I know that they did get their bikes not that long ago down the street. Not that far from here.
Yeah.
Possibly if we
in
need
Fairport.
To, see if there's any other vehicles.
No, I meant when you actually found land.
What about the RV?
Yeah, well, it doesn't have any gas in it, from what Mr. Henry said.
No, there's no gas.
You used all the gas in the generators.
There's no gas. There's nothing there now. There's nothing.
Got up on the beach.
Remember the boat? Remember you guys hid the boat? Kind of hid the boat up there? Remember, there were 7 soldiers on board, and then there were 4 of you guys, and then you met Sam. That was 5. Remember, you guys still have 2 more military
Oh.
men worth of supplies and gear
Oh, yeah,
back on
that's
that
right.
boat too.
Yeah, but we're going. I don't know if we're going that way. I don't even speak
You're
of Sam
not
now.
that. Yeah,
Sam,
you're not that far away. So
I don't think we're
Not
gonna
that far
have.
away, but we can't get there.
you
right
can't get
being
there right
guarded.
now.
We're
Yeah.
being guarded. I mean, I don't even see a way to retrieve your stuff, Sam, until we get free from this whole Fairport business.
Mhm.
We got to take care of that. We got to
When
find a
we
way
get
to
to
survive through
Fairport,
that.
What's stopping us from just leaving? Are they
There's
going to
only-
hold?
One
But
way in and one way
they are
out.
going to escort us to the town's perimeter, from what I understand, or what they told me when they first captured me in
What, is
Cleveland.
it a walled city?
I have no idea.
I have
No.
don't know,
sense,
Henry.
but
Is there walls around
There's
this?
no. They said
No,
one way in,
there's
one way
there's
out.
one main
No idea.
road that goes right down the middle of the town. But of course, there's dozens of intersections as you go through the middle of town. But in the middle of town, there's pretty much all of the big locations, and that's what Hell was saying. That's where they wanted to go.
Right.
But I don't know what they're going to do, to be honest. But they all I remember them talking about is we were going to have to run through the entire town from one end to the other.
Well,
And then
once
they
we
were
get
coming
out
in
of
behind
that
us.
site, we can do whatever we want to. I think
Mhm. And we can make some noise here and there as long as we're quick out.
Yeah.
Just so it keeps appearances that we're.
That
Yeah.
we're doing our job, yeah,
Right.
until we get out of earshot or out of sight from 'em.
Of course, we also have to be careful because when they took our bags, I had a grenade in one of mine.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I
Yeah,
wasn't
we
gonna
don't
bring it
have
up
very
until
good
it was
experiences with grenades. I don't know who was down there in that basement, but I heard a big explosion go off.
Well, that was one of theirs to begin with. I
Oh,
don't
it
know if that
was?
was the one that I took off the boat or if it was one of their own.
No,
but...
it was one of the ones you got off the boat.
Okay. But
But
yeah,
Betty doesn't know that now, does
Right.
she? She was in the closet.
No.
but we everything is going to be determined by what everything looks like in the town when we get there. I say we just get whatever sort of rest we can get now, guys. And I say that as I put my hand on top of Sam's head and give it a gentle tussle. Let's take a little nap and wait out the sunrise whenever these guys
Pedo.
figure out they're ready to leave. Maybe we can at least be well rested when we are called upon.
TD the pedo. TD pedo.
There's no such thing as a pedophile in a post-apocalyptic world.
So
But
It's-
Sam, keep your eye out for places to hide and raid,
Yes.
being the tiny one you are.
yeah, so the sun does start to come up, and as the sun starts to come up, you hear a knock on the door. Just a
Oh.
real light knock, knock, and in walks Spiderbait.
Oh God.
You know,
I remember her.
You see,
you
see
have
old
it better.
Spiderbait.
I
Now-
remember hearing that.
Yeah, the
Once
door
again,
opens
I
and
look at her.
Spiderbait walks in. And despite her looks, she's actually a pretty attractive woman in her probably her middle 20s, you would think. She has a great figure. She's pretty cute. So she, like I said, she's dressed in tight-fitting jeans. She's got boots on up to her, right about to her knees, and she's got on, a half shirt of Rob Zombie's Hellbilly Deluxe album. Great album. Then she walks in. You can hear some sort of like metal jingling. You can also notice that she's got a belly button ring with a dual chain leading up under her shirt. That's basically
God.
decorating her midsection. So on her hip, she's got a holstered Glock 9mm, probably one of y'all's, and then strapped on her right thigh is a Bowie knife, and also on her keychain, you can see that there's the RV keys that she was jingling in front of everybody last night. So, and then there's also a one of the other biker members comes in, prison tattoos all over the place on his neck, everywhere basically. He's holding an M16, kind of keep it at level just over everyone's heads, And he comes in with her, closes the door behind him, kind of leans against the door as he's like taking deep drags from a cigarette. And then Spider-Bait, she kind of walks around she kind of walks around pacing, sort of like William Wallace in front of the skirmish line. And then her eyes take towards Betty. And she gets right in Betty's face, and so she draws her knife, Betty, and she sniffs you a little bit. She gets close to you. She's sniffing a little bit. And she draws her knife, from her thigh. She kind of, unsheaths the knife pretty hard. And then she starts to run the blade lightly, like along the corners of your mouth. And this is like really starting to like possibly creep you out by now. And
Oh, honey, I'm gonna work in the public school system.
yeah, but that's Minnesota.
What's your point?
What happens in Minnesota? Nothing happens in
I'm
Minnesota.
actually from Indiana. It wouldn't scare
No.
me.
So she starts to talk about how women have always annoyed her. How other women have always annoyed her. And she goes, well,
I'm not in agreement.
she says, see, he's smart, but he's a man. And then she, kind of looks up at the roof and kind of rubs her neck a little bit, and she says, I suppose it stems back to my aunt having raised me. Oh, that woman was so prissy, so Victorian, and so always proper, and it just made me sick. I always had her heavy makeup on, designer clothes, the whole act like a lady bullshit. It just totally drove me nuts. You kind of remind me of her. But, eventually I taught her a lesson. She wasn't so prim and proper when she was trying to push her intestines back into her belly.
Whoa.
And she goes on to say
Day
that...
of the Dead, huh?
Oh, yeah. People are such screamers when it all hits the fan. Of course, the men can scream, with the best of them. But it's the shrilling scream of another woman. She's taking the knife and kind of going under your neck now with the point, not cutting you or anything, but just kind of like rubbing it real lightly on your neck. But it's the shrilling scream of another woman that really gets my engines going. So as she's rubbing the blade over your throat, and
Wow.
she's starting to tell you, how smooth and beautiful your skin is, and how it's a work of art when a blade starts cutting into it. You see, I'm an artist, Betty, a sculptor, and it's something you should all keep in mind if you have any thoughts of trying to betray the Ghost Riders. I'll carve you guys up really slowly as you're being held down. I'll take my time and create a masterpiece that'll feed those things in Fairport for weeks to come. Then she takes a step back from you and blows you a kiss, Betty, and then sheaves her knife. And she kind of licks her lips at you a little bit, chuckles, and then they walk out the door. And then the guy that came in with her walks out right behind her. Kind of looks back and does his eyes up a little bit and shuts the door.
Well, that was certainly unusual, Betty. Yeah, do you have some sort of past relationship with this woman? It was like she was about to ravage you.
Oh, I got a little bit of a rise out of her boyfriend.
Oh, a rise.
Not that kind of a rise. Don't think with that one.
Oh, okay. Alright. Yeah, I mean, I was getting ready to take Sam
boy.
out of the room. I didn't think that was proper for children's eyes. Borderline there.
Welcome there, Puckman Fred. Welcome.
I like how Dee Dee is concerned
Yeah,
about
sorry,
what's
guys.
appropriate for the
It's
child.
alright. So Dawn's arrived. Dawn has arrived. You guys can hear You know, you can smell some. You know, they're probably doing some cooking. They're eating. You know, you can hear all of the bikers are outside. You know, firing up the bikes, turning them. You know, kind of jostling around with each other. It seems like they're getting ready for the big day.
Right. I suppose we're being led outside here.
Not yet. No, you guys are
okay.
still able to RP.
Well, I mean, there's very little we can do until we get to the situation. I think.
Yeah.
Look at Sam and Henry and Betty, and I guess Puck is here now.
Puck is not there. No, Puck is still with
He's still
Cletus.
another
And,
Is everybody awake? Listen, Sam, poor Sam said he'd sleep longer. And the children need more rest than adults do. Yeah, I'll make sure everybody's up.
wow. So the Ghost Rider's waiting. Go ahead. I'm sorry about that, Dee Dee.
It looks like they're getting ready to head out. I hear them out there gassing their Harleys. I don't know, making some sort of machismo show. It doesn't do anything for me, I assure you. But I suppose we should get our ducks in a row to head out.
Yeah, and they're wasting no time either, Dee Dee, because, you know, just as you stand up, you know, 4 big old burly biker guys, they come in, M16s waving everybody out. Let's go. Today's your big day.
Alright, we're
So
coming.
so everybody's let out to the front porch and forced to line up against the house. Basically, all of your backs against the wall. And by this time, you know, you can see Cletus is out there, Eleanor's out there, and also Puck is out there. And, you know, all of the gangs out there, all like 30 plus bikers, Hell's out there, old Spiderbait's out there. Spiderbait's still checking you out, Betty. You know, she's giving you that predatory grin. You know, and Hell kind of walks up and gives her a light kiss and pats her rear, and then, you know, basically Hell comes up to all of you guys as you guys are up on the porch. And Hell says, Flex, where's the baby oil, boy, please? Where's the baby oil squirt bottles, right?
I got on a shirt now. Ineffectual.
All right.
But I get it at fully erect posture. I'm not going to be belittled by this white man.
Listen closely, because I'm going to say this once, you big bunch of knuckleheads. If you screw me over, there's worse things than dying. Believe me, there's a lot worse things than dying. See this beautiful chick behind me? You know, she'll take care of you. She'll carve you up.
Where at, sir? Could you indicate what position to me?
He walks over to you with his cigar hanging out of his mouth, and, you know, as he's breathing this cigar smoke into your face, he says, "Boy, you know what I'm talking about."
Yes. Now get that stinky thing out of my face. We're going to do what you want us to do. We don't have to be tortured further, do we?
Just don't be a hero. Do your job. Shut up, woman.
Dying.
Do your job. Do what you're told. And you guys can all go about your business. What do you want?
Right.
Well, I was just gonna ask a simple request, if that would be too much.
Are you from Minnesota? You're so goddamn nice, it kills me.
Yes, we actually talked about this yesterday.
You're killing me.
But despite that, assuming today is going to be our last day on this good earth here, I was wondering if it would be too much to have a final request.
And what would this small minor request be?
Just a simple cigarette and lighter for my last few moments. Should it be today, I would enjoy one of life's little vices.
He looks back at Spider and says, "Honey, give her a cigarette." So Spiderbait walks up to you and puts a cigarette in your mouth, because, you know, your hands are bound. Your feet are semi-bound also.
Okay.
And she puts a She puts a cigarette in your mouth and lights it for you, Betty.
I say thank you as well as I can with the cigarette dangling from my mouth.